Okay, let's go over last season's record predictions and see how I did. And of course, we already have a question. Yes, Pittsburgh, what is it? Yeah, I have a question, but it's for Cleveland, actually. Okay. Do you realize if aliens visited Earth and landed at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, they would go back to their planet probably thinking the color orange was called brown? I assume there's a point to this. My point is the stupidity of your team name might cause an interplanetary conflict that could put us all at risk. And how do you figure that? Once they realize orange is called orange and not brown, they're going to think we tried to make fools of them, and they could come back looking Independence Day us all. Okay, we are named after our first head coach, not the color brown. Look, all I'm saying is you might want to have somebody there to explain that to them when that ship lands, or we could all be screwed. I mean, can't you just be responsible for once? Thank you, Pittsburgh. Well, keep that under advisement. Now, if I may continue, this time we'll be covering the West and the North. But before we get into that, I have established many times that I do not apologize for my predictions. However, because I butchered one team's prediction so badly last season, I will make an exception this time and apologize to that team's fan base at the end of this episode. Well, it is about time. I doubt he means you. That would be way too obvious. Well, no one else overshot what he predicted as much as we did. He only won 4 more games than he predicted. Get over yourself. That is like a quarter of a season's worth of games. You know, minus the 1. When did you become so needy? I'm gonna say probably when the 2 of us started getting better. Okay, there is no evidence that you are actually any better. You know, we used to be basement buddies, but you changed, bro. If I may continue, I would like to start with the AFC West. Denver, I had you going 7-10 and you went 8-9. Kansas City, I had you going 11-6 and you went 11-6. Yeah, and also won the Super Bowl. You left that part out. Vegas, I underestimated you. I had you at 5-12 and you went 8-9. And Los Angeles Chargers, someone must have slipped LSD into my coffee that morning because I had you winning the division at 13-4 and you went 5-12. Well, if you go that route, maybe you could tell people the LSD reversed your reality and your 13-4 prediction was really supposed to be 4-13. That's the most reasonable thing you've said since Brandon Staley took over as head coach. Well, we are coached by Jim Harbaugh now, so you might want to prepare yourself for some more of those, thought-provoking nuggets from here on out. Okay, and we'll all look forward to that. On to the NFC West. Arizona, I had you going 3-14, you went 4-13. Los Angeles Rams, I had you at 6-11, you went 10-7. San Francisco, I had you at 11-6, and you went 12-5. And Seattle, I picked you to go 12-5, and you went 9-8. On to the AFC North. Cleveland, I had you at 8-9, and you went 11-6. Pittsburgh, I had you at 9-8 and you went 10-7. Baltimore, I had you at 11-6 and you went 13-4. Well done. And Cincinnati, I stipulated you would go 13-4, provided Joe Burrow did not miss time, and you went 9-8 with him missing time. Oh, so he basically predicted the Joe Burrow injury. And he claims there is no future-telling device. The hell you doing over here, man? Waiting for your coach to fail so I can swoop in and get in bed with your franchise. Oh, gross. I don't mean it like that. I mean when I inevitably arrive, your franchise and I will become one. Somehow you just made it worse. You know what's weird? Last time Bill coached in New York, his girlfriend wasn't even born yet. Okay, in the spirit of respecting the Spectre's privacy, I don't want to hear any more references to Bill dating a younger woman. Much younger woman. Much younger woman, thank you. Yes, Philadelphia, what is it? Yeah, before that rule goes into effect, can I make one joke about him dating a younger woman? No, you may not. Okay, well, what if I say it's really more of a knock on Dallas than it is about Bill's romantic life? A knock on Dallas? Yeah, what the hell, let's hear it. Gary's not gonna like this. Okay, here we go. Bill's girlfriend is so young, I told her Dallas was a dynasty at one time, and if you stop and listen really closely, you could still hear her laughing. Hey, come on, I thought that was clever. There's your problem. You linking yourself with the word clever. Okay, well, if you think you can come up with something better, let's hear it. Fine. Bill's girlfriend is so young, she thinks VHS stands for virtual high school. No. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, Dallas. That joke wasn't great either. Yeah, you should really try to put it in some sort of context that's relevant to the NFL. Like, Bill's girlfriend's so young, she thinks Bill Walsh is a fashion designer. How about this? Bill's girlfriend's so young, she thinks Lawrence Taylor's a skincare brand. I like that one. Bill's girlfriend's so young, she rewrote his entire playbook using nothing but emojis. Bill's girlfriend's so young, she asked him what it was like to coach in black and white. I like that. That was good. Bill's girlfriend's so young, she thought the Brady Bunch was a Netflix docuseries about Tom Brady's childhood. Oh my God. Bill's girlfriend's so young, she thinks Spygate's the sequel to Spy Kids. Vegas, that's the tension. Bill's girlfriend's so young, she thinks Joe Montana is a location. Oh my God. Bill's girlfriend's so young, she thinks Deflategate is the first step to dismantling an inflatable fence. Bill's girlfriend's so young, when he says he wants to call an audible, she reaches out to Amazon customer support for him. Et tu, Brute? Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I just got caught up in the moment. Okay, I got one. Bill's girlfriend is so young. Okay, Carolina, if you don't mind, I'd like to get onto the NFC North sometime today. Oh, sorry. All right, Bill's girlfriend is so young. Damn it, I lost it. Why am I not surprised? Minnesota, I had you at 9-8 and you went 7-10. Detroit, I had you at 11-6 and was mocked, mostly by Packers fans for that, but you went 12-5. Well, Packers fans are pretty stupid, so. Chicago, I had you at 9-8 and you went 7-10. We could still blame Justin Fields for that, right? And finally, we have Green Bay, who I picked to go 5-12 and went 9-8. And to respond to your assumption from earlier, no, it is not your fans I am apologizing to. How could that possibly be? So needy. Okay, why don't you shut up? Without giving too much away, let me just say that while I am not apologizing to your fans, Green Bay, I think they will cease to have an issue with me once they hear my 2024 predictions coming up in a few weeks. I guess that does sort of change things a little. Wait, you're not going to predict them to win a division, are you? Because that would be insane. Detroit, you'll just have to wait and see like everyone else. Who's needy now? It's going to feel so good destroying you this season. Okay, why don't we settle down? Minnesota, what do you think you're doing? Oh, no, that wasn't Morton Anderson. That was Gary Anderson who missed the field goal in the 1998 NFC Championship game. Minnesota, off the phone now! Oh, I'm sorry. It's the creator. He's interviewing me for the next episode of NFL Lore. Anyway, fast forward to the 2015 NFC wildcard game and a gentleman by the name of Blair Walsh. How much you want to bet the creator makes a Blair Witch joke during that portion of the episode? Okay, that's class. As for the team whose fan base I would like to apologize to, that would be the Los Angeles Chargers. Really? Yes, I apologize for getting their hopes up for predicting you to not only win the division, but also to reach the Super Bowl. And if I'm being honest, I secretly picked you to win the Super Bowl. So you probably should have talked to some of our fans before you went ahead and did that. They're used to disappointment, so they probably could have saved you from, looking like an absolute fool. Okay, I remembered it now. Bill's girlfriend is so young, she wasn't even born when... Attention all students and faculty, the creator would like to thank everyone who has supported his channel so far and let you know if you would like to further support the channel and get special perks such as having your name appear in the end credits of each video, the link to his Patreon is in the description below. Okay, Carolina, why don't you go ahead and finish your Bill's girlfriend joke before we close this thing out? Okay. Bill's girlfriend is so young... Okay, New England, could you kindly remind the Spectre that using that Sith Lord finger choke thing in this class is frowned upon? I mean, I don't mind telling him, I just don't think he's going to listen to me. Silence! See?